Right, there we go. Reed 31. Absolutely no idea what that's like, but we'll get down there and we'll see what it's like. See you soon. Well, good morning fishing people. I'm Nosh from FishOn TV. And it's Wednesday the 29th. It's the one I've been waiting for, and I hope it's the one you've been waiting for. It's the UK Angling Championships at HALLCROFT Fisheries. And as I think you've seen, I'm not sure which way around I'll do it, I have drawn Reed 31. I've got absolutely no idea, but I'll show you my peg in a minute. I do fancy it a little bit. A little island in front of me. So the UK Angling Championships, 80 anglers here today, sections of 10, 8 sections of 10. If you win your section, you get 1 point, and the lower your points are, the higher up the leaderboard you are. That's how it works. So I'm under no illusions. There is the cream of the mightiest fishermen here. Mighty. Alan Scawthorne, Nick Speed. I mean, I've just heard him say, somebody's asked him where he's drawn, and he's just gone match winning peg, so you know, he's happy with that. So there's too many names to mention, but the top boys are here and I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know what kind of target to set. I'm not going to set a target. All I'm going to do is fish my own match, catch as many as I can and see where I end up. Hopefully not last, but there are some good anglers on here. I've got Dave Burley may even match this champion opposite me. We shall see how I get on. We'll have a look at my little peg that we've drawn. Just want to have a look at this. Right, as you can see, all the nets are out. A nice little island in front of me. I would say that's about 20 to 25 metres. Easy little chuck. Not sure to go method feed. It's quite shallow up there. Method feed or Duro banjo feeder. I certainly fancy bomb and pellet. Looking forward to it. So I've got even though I've got quite a few options available, I'm going to keep it as simple as I can. Top 2 and 2, bomb and pellet, method feeder, margins later on. That's pretty much how I'm hoping it's going to go. So we shall see how we get on. The wind is blowing left to right. It's not supposed to be this strong, according to my phone. Up to my left there, as you can see, it does look calmer because it's obviously blowing left to right. I think he must fancy in the corner there, the end peg, he's got to fancy fishing shallow. But I'm not the end peg, there is somebody in the corner, but I can't see him. I've got to fancy a few fish there where the island is, definitely. So, fingers crossed. I'm going to get a new battery put in. I'll get a bit of footage, but I will be trying. Let's hope we don't come last. So we'll see you soon, fisher people. Fingers crossed. GoPro, stop recording. Right, an update for you. Just getting so many liners. There's fish milling about everywhere. There's a guy to my right over there. I think he's had about 30 pound. I've had an F1 first cast and a skimmer. I don't know how the guy to my right's doing. Dave Burley opposite me. I heard him say he'd not had anything, but I think he's had 2 fish. There's a guy opposite me had 1 fish. Stuart Fotheringham, that's his name. It's forgotten. Sorry, Stuart. I think he's had a couple. I'm not sure how many he's had. He seems to be fishing quite hard at the minute. But I'm getting so many liners. I've tried fishing shallow. I did mug one, but usual, it came off. So I'm back out towards the island. I've tried short. All I seem to get is pestered with little skimmers, little taps. So I'm going to stick this out near the island now until it's margin time, and just hope I can get a few fish. That's right next to the island. There's no excuses. It's perfect. It's plopped in nicely. But I'm just getting such massive liners. There's a lot of fish cruising about. It's like now I can see a liner there. And with it being shallow near the island, the line's mid-water, so they are cruising about mid-water. I don't know whether to have a go with pellet waggler or not, but I've got a horrible wind left to right. It's not going to present very well, I don't think. It's fishing quite hard. Really do need a few fish. So that's your update. Not very good at the minute. Oh dear, oh dear. Right, over and out. I'll put you back on when I get something. Right folks, this has got to be about the worst start I could have possibly asked for. I cannot get a bite anywhere. All I can get is liners. I've just heard this guy say this island in front of me is half the size it used to be, so whether I'm too tight to the island I don't know. Because I've never fished it before, so Dave Burley's had about 4 I think. I know I heard Stuart say he'd had 3. This guy outside of me has got to be doing them really well. He's got to be around £40 mark. He's caught 1 or 2 shallow, 1 or 2 short. Watched him try his margins, he's had nothing in his margins yet. But it doesn't matter where I go, I get little taps like I've just had there. I cannot get any decent bites anywhere. It's torture this. This is real torture. There's a lot of carp mooching about. I've tried shallow, but like I say, it's difficult with this wind left to right for me to hold the pole and get the casting, the catapulting accurate. Really struggling. It's what do you do? I've just been short for 10 or 15 minutes or so. Well, I had one little tap. I suspect it might have been a skimmer or something. But I'm really struggling for bites. I've still only got the little F1 and a skimmer. It's awful. I think the guy to my right, I heard him say he'd had 8 small carp. He's been fishing shallow next to it's not an aerator, it looks like something for the ducks, I think, to sit on. But it's difficult, very difficult. I feel very semi-skimmed at the minute. I just hope these fish come into the margins and I get a few. It's looking very grim. So, not a fantastic start to the UK Champs for Nosh. Oh, well, plod on. And you see a liner again. I've just seen a carp come to the top there. My line's going to the left. I've tried mugging. I lost one mugging. Persevered with that for about 15-20 minutes. Nothing. Another little tap. That's all I seem to be getting is little taps. No positive pulls. Oh dear. Not the start I wanted at all. At all. But I'm going to have a little go in my margin. There's 2¼ hours left and I'm doing very, very poor at the minute. At the minute. Another big liner, another liner, another little tap. It's just not happening at all. So I might actually try just a couple of yards short of the island. Just see if there's anything there. So I am getting lots of liners. Right, over and out. See you soon. Well folks, I'm having a mare. I cannot get bites. I've had 1 roach in my margin. In my right hand margin I can't really get very far around because of all these reeds. They are catching 1 or 2 in the margins now, so I am in the margin, but like I say, I've had a perch that fell off on my right hand margin. I've got double worm on in there, corn in my left hand margin, and it's just not happening. It's not happening. It's what do you do? It's like, oh, it makes you really think you're doing something wrong. But and Dave Burley started catching the trickle off As I was saying, worst possible start to UK champs I could possibly have. I cannot get bites in the margins. The fish that I have had have been perch and little roach. Been nothing to film as far as catching goes because I just cannot get bites. Got nice depth, it's a nice margin on to my left, but it's just little taps and roach. Like I say, I can only get fairly close to me down here in the right hand margin. Nothing. I've had nothing short apart from a little skimmer. I've just seen a fish, well, it looks like there's a couple of fish now in my peg. Just seen a swirl, the first sign. I mean, there's been fish all over my peg, but I've tried mugging one or two. I hooked into one, but I lost that one. But it's been a bit of an absolute nightmare. Just cannot get fish. I've tried close to the island. I was expecting to get quite a few fish there. I had one decent bite, the rest it's just been liners all day. I think that's with it being shallow near the island. My line's been sort of mid-water, so the fish have just been cruising up and down. I've tried shallow, no bites. I've tried pellet waggler, a little bit deeper, then shallower, no bites. Bomb, no bites. Where I've been casting pellets on the pellet waggler, I tried the bomb, no bites. Just cannot seem to get a bite anywhere. Dave barely started catching in the margins. Stuart Fotheringham's been, looks like he's still catching one or two on the rod. And the guy to my right here, he's doing, he seems to be doing quite well. But I just cannot catch any fish. That's what it's supposed to be about. But fish on, I can't get any fish on at all. I would have thought by now they'd have been piling in, but God, it's going to be an embarrassing weighing, isn't it? I might have a pound or more, just over a pound. It's shocking. What can you do if the float's not going under? I'm happy with my rigs. I've plumbed it right. I just cannot get any bites. Oh dear. Oh dear. If you couldn't laugh, you'd be miserable, wouldn't you? But let's just hope I hook into a bloody fish. Right, over and out. I'm a bit fed up. Just won't go on. 15 minutes to go. I've hooked into two fish. I've gone back out on the Juro Banjo to the island. I've had nothing in the margins whatsoever. I've hooked into two fish and they've both pulled off, so I didn't even have a chance to put the camera on. How typical is that? You can't write it. They weren't big fish. They felt F1-ish or something. They've just pulled out. I'm having a right run of fish pulling out, but God, it's been unbelievable. What a day. Frustrating isn't the word. A few people have said, oh, you have nice videos. Notice you haven't managed to swear yet. I could really swear at the minute because nothing I've tried has worked today. Pretty semi-skimmed. A little tap again. It's definitely smaller fish out there. I can't understand why I keep losing all these fish lately. It's nothing different to what I've done in the past. Last year, I had a great year last year, and the hook, the way I tie hooks and everything's all the same. Another little tap. It's just not going round. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, well, let's see if I can get at least one fish, one more fish. See you soon. Well, I've hooked one, it isn't a big one. Oh, can you believe it? It's pulled off. That is, you can't write it, I'm having a mare. Absolute mare, over and out. See you soon. Fisher people, how the devil are you? I hope you're better than I am. Well, I really fancied this peg. It looked like it suited me down to the ground. A method feeder up to the island. I even changed it to a Duro banjo. I had a fish the first chuck, which I didn't film because I thought it's going to keep going around today, this. And boy, I wish I'd not had those thoughts, counting your chickens too early. All I've had, it's shallow up near the island, and all I've had is liners. My line has been going at 90 degrees. It's been pulling the rod right round. And I heard a guy say that the island's half the size what it used to be, so I ended up going, I fired some 8mm pellets out there, and I saw a swirl. So I tried the pellet waggler over there, along with the bomb. Nothing. There were fish milling, there's still fish there, I can see them milling about all day. So I tried mugging, I've tried shallow. I did hook into one, a good one as well, on the mugging rig, but as usual, I'm having that run, hook pulled out. No good at all. I had nothing in the margin but 2 roach and perch on double worm and double corn. No bites whatsoever. Just in front of me I had a skimmer, and all I kept getting on the short line on my pole was little taps. I know you might think they're F1s, but I was lifting and there was nothing there. Now and again I felt one bump off, skimmer type weight, nothing of any significance. With 10 or 15 minutes to go, I think I switched the camera on. I hooked into 3 fish, got them halfway in, and as you saw, pulled out of those as well. I don't think they're the biggest fish, but there were fish, probably F1s or small carp. I haven't weighed in yet, we're just waiting for them to weigh in, but the lake's fished hard. The guy right at the end with the wind blowing into him, he's had a great day. Well, he's had a good day, I wouldn't say fantastic. I think he'll be winning the lake. I think Dave Burley's about £50 on the other side. Most people have been able to get to the other platforms. I have not been able to get to any platforms with the reeds bushing too far out, and they were too far to cut back. So I was struggling a bit. I did like the depth of the margins, but I've had nothing, absolutely nothing. So I don't know what my F1 weighs. I'll be lucky if I've got, I won't even have £2, which is probably the worst day on a commercial fishery I've ever had. I can't remember. Have I had a blank in winter? I don't think so. I've certainly caught more than that. It only takes one decent fish and you catch more than that, don't you? So what a time to have your worst day's commercial fishing in the UK Champs. You just can't write that, can you? So it's a semi-skimmed day. No action whatsoever because there was no fish, no bites apart from a load of liners. I did come shorter as you do, but I think the liners were sort of 2 or 3 foot deep. I tried shallow, difficult to hold the pole with the wind blowing left to right. It's a lot calmer now, it'd be ideal now. Trying to fire pellets accurate with that wind, it was difficult, so I gave that up as a bad job. Did try mugging a few times with no success. Dropped them a couple of foot in front of it with a bunch of maggots on 6mm pellets, and the float went under once. And obviously I told you earlier I hooked into one, but with no result, no fish. So a poor day's fishing, a poor video with no action. So I do apologise, there was nothing I could do about it. It has fished hard. I know there's a guy who got maybe £2 a bits, he reckons. Another guy reckons he's had about £6, small carp and few bits. I think then there's been 20s and 30s. The guy in the corner here reckons he's had 13 carp but small carp. He thinks he might have 40 to 50 pounds. So a very poor performance indeed. But you've always got to look on the bright side. The only way is up from now. The only way is up. Yeah, whatever. And I certainly think I'm going to have to reconsider the hooks I'm using. I've never had as many lost fish as what I've had over the last 6 weeks. So I'm going to give I do like the B911s, and the guy to my right says that he uses 18s, 16s, 14s, B911s, the extra strong, you know, for carp. So might be worth a look, might be worth a try. I've used the LWG 16s on the method feeder, and I tried the Guru size 12. I don't think the size of the hook really matters when you're using a method feeder or hybrid feeder type of thing. I don't think it really affects it, but I've just lost, I'm sick of losing fish. It's a bit soul destroying. It wouldn't have won me anything today, but it would have certainly given me more than £2 or less that I've got today if I could have brought those 3 or 4 other fish in. In fact, I lost a couple of others midway through the match, again on the method feeder. Nothing to shout about, small fish, probably F1s again I think. But soul destroying day. I have enjoyed the experience, but I have got to say that fishing was awful today. Really awful. So the insights of my first round in the UK Angling Championships: peg waster. That's what I feel like today, a peg waster. But never mind, Decoy Lakes next. I'm going to get some fish there. I'm telling you now, I'm catching fish there without a shadow of a doubt. So I hope you enjoyed the little insights of this boring little video. Catching bugger all. Everybody else seems to have done a lot better than me. I've just spoke to my old mate Jeff, and he's just gone, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, yes, oh dear. But never mind, it's round 2. Like I said, the only way is up. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it today. Take the mickey as much as you'd like. If you have any hook suggestions, I'm open to suggestions. I don't know what else to do with losing all these fish. So if you do like my videos, don't forget, press the subscribe button, it's absolutely free. And if you press the notification bell, you will get our videos as we upload them. I can promise you there will be more fish on the next videos. So we shall see you soon. Ta-ta for now, and don't forget, fish on. Could do with a few more fish on. GoPro, stop recording. Oh, even the GoPros misbehave all the time. See you soon.